In this tutorial, we're going to continue what we did earlier today, in that we're going to use Remmina to upgrade from Fedora 42 to Fedora 43. Now, if you remember, we left off where I downloaded Fedora, and I downloaded Fedora 43. Then I just need to run the system update right now. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to pull up something here just to show you the instructions on how to upgrade, just in case you've forgotten. Okay, so well, by the way, you should subscribe because it helps grow the channel and helps me get more content, because a lot of my more recent content is coming from viewers just like you. So when I learn something, I share. Obviously, there are things I like which I obviously share as well, but a lot of content, especially the beginner friendly stuff, that's always requested by viewers just like you. So be sure to subscribe, and I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It helps us, as I said, it helps grow the channel. Okay, now this is the earlier article which I used to live stream, and as I said, we basically just installed Remmina. It's a desktop remote desktop client. We're focusing on RDP, which is the remote desktop protocol. We're not going to use VNC, NX, XDMCP, SSH, and others, which, as you guys saw, it does have the protocol. There are plugins for those as well. So there's a couple ways you can install. You can install it from FlatHub. I installed the one from Fedora repositories. You can install it from the software package, or you can install it from the command line. This is basically what I did. DNF install Remmina. I think I used the software. I can't remember how I installed it. But as you can see, here we go. And then once you get the credentials, you put them in there. It will then be able to connect right here, as you can see, and then you can control the if the permission is set to control, like remote login, which I did. You guys saw that as well. So yeah, so that's it. And then you can obviously control the computer, switch you off on it. Now, as I repeat, this is one thing that confuses people. It confuses me when I started as well. You can, so the device you want to connect to has to be on. You can't control it. For example, you can't control the boot process or anything like that, because for that one you need something wired or some special hardware stuff for the monitor. So obviously I don't have that. So meaning that I'm only able to control this, for example, like a login. For example, if I have to reboot, I have to wait until it has rebooted, and we'll test that today as well. It's my first time doing this rebooting and waiting for it to come up. So basically, to just reboot. Once it's rebooted, then I'll still be able to connect it, because remember, I have the credentials. I already saved it in the GNOME keyring. And this is a live stream from the earlier tutorial. What I'm going to do is this current live stream, I'm going to append it here at the bottom so people can watch both videos. It'll be like a part 2 or something like that. I haven't come up with a name yet. I've been actually pretty busy today. I'll explain that when we go through this. So I'm going to leave it right around here. Okay, oh, too far. I'll leave it right here. Okay. So all you have to do is you connect to the remote desktop. You just put in the IP here. You know, I left everything the way we left off. So literally, it's just like a continuation. So so this one here, you see, the laptop has been on since the live stream from the live stream from the afternoon, which is crazy. So let's go and see. So I just have to unlock here. Okay. So there's two passwords. One is the regular password, which I have, and then one for the not VNC. I was going to say RDP, remote desktop. Okay, as you can see here, So remember I told you one of the reasons of Fedora or something like Arch Linux, actually all Linux, if you haven't updated in a while and you want to do an upgrade, the keys might change. In this case, you see it's the GPG keys or OpenPG, GP key. You see it changed. Obviously, they have one for Fedora 43. That's what I'm saying. That I think Debian are pretty stable there. They probably keep the same keys, but Fedora, as you can see, when they have a new version, they do change the key so that the fingerprint. So that's one reason it's a good idea to update all the time. So I already did that, and then it says the key was successfully imported, and then transaction stored to perform offline. Because the good thing about performing offline, meaning that, for example, if this was on a network, say this was a remote machine. I want to be able to, because I said before, if in my case I have the computer literally physically in front of me. What I'm saying is that in some cases, like on a server, you might not have that thing where it's in front of you. So doing an offline upgrade makes sense. So in this case, you see, it tells you how to do this. So you can just use DNF. I don't have to put DNF5; it's a default. I can just put DNF. If when I was using DNF5, I would have to type something like DNF space system. Sorry, DNF space system hyphen upgrade space reboot. In the new one, I just follow this instruction. So obviously, got to run it as root. So just type sudo DNF5 offline reboot. Okay, so that's the sudo password. So I did that. Now it says system will reboot now, upgrade to release 43. Yes. So I click yes. So it's gonna do it offline. You see, it went off here, and the laptop is rebooting. So I wanted to show you this to you. We went through this earlier today. So basically, the instructions are here. How to upgrade offline. That's what I'm doing offline, because I said yes, I do have the computer right in front of me. It's right here, right in front of me. I can even lift it up if you guys want to see. But I like doing this because this is a way to I like doing it. It lets me, for example, this laptop is encrypted. So that's one of the annoying things, is that in order to reboot, obviously I have to be in front of it. That's how I set up, but most workstations are not like that. So you see, we talked about this. So it recommends you to refresh your system first, and then after that you download what release version you want. It only supports up to 2 releases. It can probably do more, but what it supports is only 2 releases. So for example, you can go from 41 to 43. And obviously, when 44 comes out, you can go from 42 to 44. You can skip a version. All right. So this is what I did on the command line. I didn't want to use the GUI because I said it's going to update the packages first. So I won't know what's going on. If something breaks, I don't know. That's why I prefer doing it on the command line, because on the command line I can see what's going on. Like you saw, it finished everything. So that's great. Instead of just running when you can't see now. If you don't have time, you can set it, forget it, and go somewhere else. But I said I like to see what's going on, because I said the easiest way to, for example, this laptop, I said there's nothing, what do I mean? There's nothing critical on it. I can literally just wipe it clean. So the fastest way is obviously just to reinstall Fedora, right? That'll be the fastest way to do it. Okay, so it says you can also upgrade to 44. Right now, that is like Rawhide. Rawhide is like the unstable, like so Debian has unstable. So that one is never going to be released, because that's packages from that will eventually become the next part of the next release. For example, like right now, because Fedora 43 was released, Fedora 44 now starts taking shape, right? So meaning that packages from Rawhide will probably go into 44, and in spring 44 will be the latest release. In this case right now, the way Fedora works is after a new release comes, like 43 came out, 41 is supported for 1 month, 1 month, bringing it a total support to 13 months. And that's pretty good. I'm okay with that. But what I usually do is, if I'm running Fedora on my servers, I usually keep it one version behind. So for example, about now I'll upgrade to 42 because I've been testing 42 here and it's stable. So that's what I'll be doing. Okay, so if you want to remove or install some packages manually before running this, it's advisable to perform the operations to keep cache and all that. So you can go read about this. So it says here, if you're running DNF4, I can't remember which one that was. I think that was poly. Yeah, it says right here. So basically, if you had anything Fedora 40 and a bit before, you run DNF space system upgrade space reboot. This command will still work. However, starting from Fedora 41, that one had DNF5. You can simply just type DNF5 offline reboot. Now, maybe boring. Why can't you just type DNF? Well, the reason for that is because they keep both. It's because some people are running older systems. I'm not talking about Fedora. I'm talking about like Red Hat, CentOS, or stuff like that. So Fedora, if you notice, sometimes when you need some newer packages, they always come from Fedora. That's why. All right, and then you can verify here. Now I trust them, so you saw the stuff on the command line, so you could simply go here to security. You should do this as well to verify your download. Now the download came from the repository, so I've already been trusting because I've been updated, and you can see how you can verify the keys. It shows you how to do that, whether it's GPG keys. You can import the keys yourself. Then you can list the GPT keys, and then you can use checksum, or you can use the SHA-256 sum to verify that they actually came from Fedora, the official ones. And then after the upgrade is done, remember this is not an update, it's an upgrade. So when the upgrade is done, then you just type DNF5 offline clean. That will clean up and get you some more space. Sometimes you need to do some post-upgrade tasks. For example, sometimes some packages have been abandoned, so you might need to remove them. See, in my case, it was pretty straightforward. Most of the time, I have to do it on the desktop. Sometimes I'm running some applications that are pretty old, or they're no longer maintained. So you have to put something like allow erasing, or find a substitute. I haven't had to do that in a while, as I said, because my system is pretty clean. I just everything I use is pretty up to date. Whether most of the stuff I do on my workstation is, for example, for clients, database related stuff. So I can use any database, for example, MySQL, MariaDB, SQLite, etc. So that's perfectly fine. I always try to use one of the later ones. So that way, when the client requests that I upgrade their servers, I already know that it's going to work because I've been testing it for a few years, right? So that's why I prefer to do that. So I'm well aware of that. And then there's other things here. RPM conf. You can do this as well. And I said, if you're using the GUI, you don't have to do any of this stuff. It'll take care of that for you. But I said the problem with the GUI is that it's going to make some assumptions, and you might not want that, right? You might keep some packages there. That's something I prefer to see what's going on. And I said, in my case, it's pretty straightforward. By the way, it says it's 21% complete. This is why I didn't want to do this. It's probably going to go pretty quickly because I said there's no conflicts or anything, but I didn't want to do this during the day live stream. And of course, if you have to install the bootloader, it shows you how to do all this stuff as well. For example, maybe you're switching, you have like a bigger hard drive or something like that. You want to twist some things, you can, and then you can clean up retired packages. This is the thing I was trying to tell you. You see, it says here, with every release, Fedora retires a few packages. These are various reasons. The packages might become obsolete. They have a dead upstream, meaning they have been abandoned, or the maintainer break steps down. There was actually one instance, I think it was for RPM, the main contributor to RPM. He was actually killed in a bicycle accident way back in the day. So, but obviously RPM is something that Fedora, obviously Red Hat uses a lot. So in that case, the people would maintain it. But I'm saying if it's one of those packages where it's just one maintainer, oops, so Fedora obviously have to abandon it. So Fedora no longer distributes these packages. However, they are still on your system. These packages will not receive upgrades. It's highly recommended to remove them. So I have experience with this, and I'll explain very, very shortly. That's what I've been up to the last couple of days. So you see, it says DNF remove retired packages. I probably need to. I don't think I need to run this, I said, because the system is pretty clean, but you might need to. And if you upgrade across 2 releases, for example 41, 43, you must also supply old release versions to remove retired packages, because you have to remove it for say 41, then 42. Oh, sorry, 41 only, because you crossed 2 of them. And then of course you clean up the duplicates. I haven't had to do this in a while, even on my main system. I think it's because I'm using Flatpak for some applications, so that makes it easy there. And then there we go. So there's more. Clean up old kernels. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can clean up, but I said these days it works extremely well. Now you can resolve some post-upgrade issues. There you can see the C Linux and frequently asked questions, and bug reports, and all. I think I should do a tutorial on how to file bug reports. I think yeah, I might do that as well. Actually, this year I had to file 2 bug reports, and they're both being resolved. So maybe I might do that. One was for Inkscape, and it also related to Inkscape. That bug was also screwing up with the file manager. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that. And then speaking of Red Hat, the Bugzilla, that was kind of wonky. Yeah, the instructions didn't make any sense on how to file a bug. So maybe, you know what, I think I really should do that tutorial just to show you how to resolve that issue. Okay, so that's it, simple. I said as I said, I explained there's 2 ways to do an upgrade. You can use the software manager, you can do it in the command line. I prefer doing it in the command line because the offline one. Because the offline one means that it will continue without you being there. So that's a perfect thing, especially if you're on a server or on a remote system you can't physically get to. Now, one of my problems with my laptop, I said, is because the laptop has it's encrypted, so I need to enter the encryption password just before it boots. So that is probably something that where offline this won't work very well. That's why I prefer the Debian way. Debian can do everything there, and then obviously just reboot. So meaning that you reboot. I mean, there are ways to pass in the password as well, but yeah, that's I don't want to teach you guys that, because that's not it does work, but that's not what it's intended for. And then it becomes security by obscurity, which is not secure. All right, so what is this here? Oh yeah, this is checksum. All right, so I'm going to talk about one of those package problems. So Fedora 42, the one I've been using up last week. As you guys know, I have an AMD Instinct MI60 GPU. It's been working fantastic. I've been able to use it for recording, like creating videos. It doesn't work in Blender because Blender removed OpenCL, and it's a Vega 20. So the reason I got it because it has 32 gigs of VRAM. I got it used off eBay. So, but AI, it's been fantastic. So everything was working fine. I even found a faster way to generate images and videos. Yes, not Comfy UI. There's an application called stable-diffusion.cpp. I'm thinking of doing a tutorial on it. So here's the problem. I was doing something else, and I discovered something called llama.cpp. I was so impressed with it, I even created my own web UI. It's working fantastic. Now, what I found out was that in the Fedora repos, there is a Python binding for llama.cpp. However, that didn't come with Fedora 42. It only came with Fedora 43 and up. So I was eager to update to Fedora 43. So as soon as Fedora 43 came out, I immediately upgraded, and everything got upgraded, including my ROCm. Now, what I didn't realize was that because it was detecting my GPU, I was thinking, okay, that's a problem, and llama.cpp was still working, and then I started having problems. I couldn't generate any images, or I could, but it was using the CPU, so it slowed down, and the videos, I couldn't generate any videos. I used the same commands. Oh, nice, yes. Okay, so maybe I'll try it out. I might. So point of avgu. Oh, I don't know if I'll just say point. I just said that llama.cp just came out with their own web UI a few days ago. Okay, fantastic. I'll go check it out, because if it's lightweight, I might just abandon mine. Okay, I might abandon mine because I've been adding a few features to mine, but yeah, if they have the web UI, I'll just I'll just abandon mine. Anyway, back to my point. So I was thinking, what is going on? So what I found out was that my GPU was actually taken off. I know it was taken off the 7.0 version of ROCm, but I didn't realize it was taken off the version 6.4. So I only found out today when I began suspecting something during the upgrade messed it up. So I was testing, and things weren't working. So I got desperate, and yesterday I tried Vulkan, and today I was testing Vulkan. Vulkan works, but it's slower, and the problem is you can noticeably see how slow Vulkan is compared to obviously ROCm. Now they claim that it will probably be taking over in the future, where people will be able to generate stuff from the CPU and stuff. Yeah, that's possible, but not today though. Not today. So I was trying to resolve this. What I tried to do is in a container, Podman container, I installed ROCm 6.3, but that one didn't produce any pictures or video. So I was really scratching my head. I was like, what is going on here? And then it was only today I realized that I understand why people get upset with AMD, because AMD, my goodness, they have so many bugs in their drivers, even the open source ones for Vulkan, obviously, and ROCm itself. So that's why people get really frustrated, and no wonder they stick to NVIDIA, because NVIDIA, though it's proprietary drivers, they just work, right? And they do support, to be honest, for a pretty long time. Like, for example, I just upgraded my system this year, and I bought the NVIDIA GTX 950 way back in 2016. And guess what? It was still supported, even, I think this year is when they finally stopped support for it. So you can imagine, like I think the GPU actually came out the year before, so you can imagine 10 years they supported the GPU, only had 2 gigs of VRAM, and they still support it. That's really, really amazing. And that might not even be the end of that support for that GPU, because in Linux, I don't know about Windows, in Linux, NVIDIA also they have something else called legacy drivers. So it might go to the legacy drivers, then you have even more years. So yeah. So the reason I wanted to do a switch was 2 reasons. Number one is, I said, the VRAM, and number 2 is that there was a few, especially when you're using something like Fedora, where every time there's an update, there's a few quirks before things work out, before NVIDIA obviously releases a new driver that fixes those issues in the kernel. So it can be easily rebuilt, especially if you use CUDA. Anywho, so okay, this one is at 80% right now. So yeah. So what I did is earlier today, I went and removed ROCm 6.4 because yeah, it's not working, and I'm gonna recompile the stable-diffusion.cpp. I'm going to install another version of ROCm, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. The container one is a pain in the butt, so I'll remove that, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Yeah, it's working really well. I said I even got desperate too. By the way, I tried to reinstall ComfyUI, and obviously it didn't work. And ComfyUI is actually the one that actually led me down the path, knowing that the problem was obviously clearly Rocom 6.4. I think the problem is also because AMD, they do say that when they remove support, basically what they do is I think they remove a few libraries, but the thing is it still shows up, and you think that, oh, my GPU is still supported when it's not. So that was one of those things. But now I know, like, officially it's not supported, so that makes sense. So I said I'll just remove it and just install another version, and I'll keep it from updating. Yeah, so this guy is at 94% complete. Usually what I notice about Fedora is it goes really, really fast, and then the last the last 5% takes a long time. So even though I'm giving it, in theory it should be fast because I said the laptop has an NVMe drive, so it should be fast. But yeah, it probably take a while. Okay, so when that's done, I'll show everything here again. So while that's going on, I'm going to check the live chat. Point has said it's an amazing lightweight, shows tokens per second and how many tokens currently in use. Okay, so you know what? I do have some time here. We'll go check it out. Llama. Oh, it's Llama. Oh, llama.cpp. I installed the one in the Fedora repos, by the way. I didn't install it by myself. Why did that come up? Oh, okay. Here, llama.cpp. And let's see. Oh, guide using the new web UI. Cool. Nice. Let's go check this out. The guide highlights the key features of the new SolidKit based web UI. Free open source community driven. Excellent. And all hardware. Yeah, I've already tested Llama. It's really, really amazing. In fact, I didn't even install the Python bindings. I just used it the way it is. I just used the requests. Okay. Parallel. Yeah, I like that. Parallel and remote user support. Okay. It's rebooting, so it looks like it's going to 100%, but it's going to take a while because it has to. I think what it does is just decompresses the packages, then it will have to reboot one more time. Let's see here, I'll put in the password because it's encrypted. Vibrant and creative community, 100% privacy. So you can start your Llama server. I wonder if this is, when did this come out? Last week, November 2nd. Oh, I don't think this is in Fedora yet. But man, if this comes to Fedora, that'll be nice. Otherwise, I have to install it manually, which will be a problem. Oh, nice screenshot as well. Simple GUI. Wow. Okay. I'm liking this already. Very nice. I gotta try this out. I gotta see how to install it. Yeah, I was right. And now it's saying installing VirtualBox. Oh, it's done. Okay. All right, so let's get out of here. I'm gonna minimize this. Get out of here at all. It's finished. Okay, so this is finished. How do I? Oh, I just realized something. It doesn't show what is going on. Do I have to type it in again? I thought interesting. Let me make sure there's no window open. Okay, so do I do a search? Okay, I'll just type this in again. I thought it saved I did click save password. That is weird. I thought it saves. Okay, it doesn't. Oh, maybe because I didn't close it down yet. That's probably why. Okay, so I'm not going to log into the laptop manually like last time. The domain, you can leave that empty and then save password. I'm not going to bother saving the password, so I'll just click OK this time. So there we go. It goes to the login screen, and then you log in as your regular user. All right, so we should have Fedora 43. Yeah, it looks like it's on. And if you remember that trick, one of these ones here, is it this one? Dynamic resolution, is that the one? Dynamic or scaled? I think it was dynamic. Yeah, dynamic. So this is Fedora 43. I love this dynamic because it, as you can tell, this is like a vertical screen, and you can see system updates installed, important system updates have been installed. Yes. So remember, I did this on the command line, and I wasn't paying attention to the time, but I'm gonna guess, yeah, it was less than 20 minutes because I I did yap a little bit before I went here. So that's not bad. Obviously, if you have a faster drive, it will go fast, even a faster CPU will go much faster. And if obviously one of the reasons for me it went fast was also because I said there's really nothing on this system, meaning it will probably be faster if I actually installed it from a USB key or something as well. Okay, so this is the Fedora 43. The laptop has been successfully upgraded from Fedora 42 to 43. And you see, I did it on the command line, and I said this is the reason I like the offline one. You have the what do you call it? The option to we don't have to physically be there. It reboot and all that stuff. Now be careful that if you have an encrypted password like I do, yeah, you physically need to have the device with you, right? So, but I'm saying there are ways around that. So, of course, if you also have a hardware hardware device where you listen to it, you'll be able to obviously log in and put in the password there as well. All right, so this is Fedora 43. I don't think I've ever done a Linux tutorial with you guys before. So there's the activities up here. You click on that, and then you'll be able to search. For example, if I want, is LibreOffice installed? Yeah, LibreOffice. Okay, so the reason this is not a problem with Fedora. The reason for this is because I also have XFCE. Oh, that's why it took long too. I forgot about that. So there's two desktop environments. There's XFCE, and obviously there's GNOME desktop. So I had to install XFCE because I think I was having some issues with OBS, and I was testing because XFCE uses it doesn't use Wayland, it uses the X11. So I was testing it, and looks like I haven't removed it yet. But yeah, that's why. I should actually remove Blueman applet here because that's actually not needed. So as you can see, these are all the things when you do a search. The reason it's a little laggy, as you guys see here, is not also because I'm inside a remote desktop, right? And you can see that's why you see when you mice here, you see it twice. Well, it's working pretty well. I'm more impressed that the fact that when I put the dynamic one, it automatically pretended that this is the screen. The screen is actually higher resolution, but it doesn't show up here. But it's actually higher. It's a higher resolution, and this color management, which has improved quite a bit. This is that the printer I have? I can't remember. I don't know if this is my sister's printer or mine. I can't remember. I don't know if that's my printer or my sister's. Yeah, because when this place wasn't ready, I was staying with my nieces. So obviously, I did use it a little bit. I was hoping to use the laptop and put my workstation in storage, but this place took a while to get finished, so I kept my workstation. I just prefer the workstation. So if we go to here's Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth. It says plug in a Bluetooth dongle. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I need to remove that blue man because there's no this laptop has no Bluetooth, which is weird. Eh? Laptop without Bluetooth. It does have Wi-Fi, of course. So the network there, and under displays, you see it just has this resolution which is dynamic, but it's really just obviously one display, but not this one. I turned off night light. I've never actually used this at night. And sound, I guess, see this. Oh, it's using dummy, I guess. Let me actually see if this plays. Let's test this. Okay, I guess because it has dummy output. So that doesn't actually work. I mean, it works in the system, but I was surprised to see this here. Okay, obviously you have power. I said I just leave this at default. Obviously it's charged. Actually, I should stop doing this. It's been. I should actually unplug this. That's actually not good. Multitasking, and then if say you have the hot corners and all this stuff as well. I'd say just leave everything as default. And under appearance, yeah. So I see I like the darker theme, so that's what I picked there. We can use the default, which is light, and you can change your accent colors. You can change the background. I just leave the default. And under apps, you see, you guys might remember this. I installed, I think, Rust Desk. I was comparing it to AnyDesk. Now, I didn't do AnyDesk because AnyDesk. I was comparing a Rust Desk to AnyDesk to see the AnyDesk is obviously proprietary and Rust Desk is open source, and I can't find any differences except I think AnyDesk has has ads. But people still tell me that AnyDesk is better. I don't know what they're talking about because I haven't seen how it's better. In fact, Rust Desk works on Wayland. AnyDesk doesn't. And they said it will probably never work on Wayland. So I don't understand why why people say AnyDesk is any better. The Bluetooth manager, what is this? The Bluetooth manager. Notifications, open. Application is not sandboxed, okay. As you can see, it's just the boxes, the default stuff, the camera. I wonder if the camera works. This. Can I open up the camera? Does that work? Let's open up the camera. Is it my camera? Yeah, no camera found. That's what I thought. I guess that's just another one of those dummy not dummy applications, but yeah, because I'm thinking, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Eye of Gnome, that's for image or media, rich media viewer. You see Guinea. You see the GIMP, LibreOffice. Some of this stuff, you see Rust Desk. I said I was testing that. C Linux screenshot. There's two screenshots I said because I also installed XFCE. That's why there's so many terminals. And Thuner, that proves that I installed XFCE. Videos and video play. I'm guessing one of this is for XFCE. The other one is Totem. And then there's a weather and see XFCE terminal. Yeah, so there we go. So it's very sparse. Notifications, search. Online accounts. I used to use this in the past. The one I used to use was my own Nextcloud account, and these days a lot of GNOME apps they have. Excuse me. Take a sip of water here. A lot of GNOME apps rely on Google or Microsoft Exchange, those kind of things for email, calendar, and all those type of things. These are all based on the, what's the name of the application? Evolution server. See, I made sure to use Nextcloud here. I think this is actually live. I should probably not click on that because it might show my credentials. And yeah, so one of the problems when I tried my own email server, when I tried this one, it didn't work in the past. Let me see if they actually fixed it. Let's see what's going on here. MTP. This didn't work in the past. They claim to have fixed it in Fedora, I think 42 or 43. No, 42. They claim they fixed it. So I haven't tried it since because I said I just used Thunderbird instead. Okay, contact web dev, and then Kerberos. Okay, so then the sharing, so file sharing, media sharing, that's off. That's obviously on the network. Well-being, the screen time. He says it's been on for, what is it, average per week. I don't know what this means. No, the computer's been off. Been off. I don't know what this is. That doesn't make any sense. You can see the computer was only on today. It's been off. For example, I go back here. It's been off. I said it's been off for. The only reason you see this little guy here on Wednesday, that's when I was testing Remmina. Eyesight reminders, etc. I didn't know it had this, so there you go. If you want to take a look at that, mouse. This one, I haven't used this in a while. I usually have special mouse. For example, I use a trackball mouse, but I'm not on a laptop. So this one is just use the trackpad. When I get frustrated, I might plug in a mouse, but not my trackball mouse. Trackball mouse is just on the desktop. Keyboard obviously is just the laptop keyboard. No problems there. Color management, right now there's just the printer. And what's down here? Accessibility. I've only used this once, and that was because way back there was a customer, and when I would create little HTML pages for them or for their client, I would test to make sure that the screen reader works and all of that as well. So I would test it using this, and then I would show them that it does work by either creating a screencast or just turn this on to show them it works. I should actually do a tutorial on that as well. Okay, and then privacy and security. You see the screen lock, automatic screen lock. This one, I see it's by default set to 5 minutes and turns off the screen after, 30 minutes or so. Automatic screen delay. So this one's, this is only for GNOME, obviously, when using, I find this very annoying. That's another reason I use XFCE, because this is super annoying when you're doing some stuff. And then here we have the region and language. Obviously, you guys know where I am. So detected I'm in Canada. Format is Canada. Language is obviously English Canada, and Canada English. Simple enough. Date and time. This is accurate, I believe. 2117. Yeah, 2117. Wherever I think it gets it from the Starlink, whatever in Toronto. So that's perfectly fine. I don't even touch this stuff here. And the users, as you guys saw, there's 2 users, me and another one for testing. Remote desktop, go here. Now, this is the part that confused me in the earlier tutorial. You see, by default, it goes to desktop sharing, and then I enable desktop sharing and I enabled remote control, right? And then you see it says how to connect, use an RDP protocol. So all the tutorials you see online, all the videos, they will tell you to do that. And that's what I did. So I enable this, and then I enter the username and password, right? But then when I put it into any of the applications, none of them worked. Until, obviously, if the thing they don't tell you is it says remote login. The name is very confusing. You see, it's the same thing. You have to unlock it first, or whatever, and then you have to enable it. And then it's the same host name and port number, and then you put in the username and password. Super weird, right? Yeah, very, very weird. But that's how you do it. And that's it. That's the settings. Now I checked. I think 2 releases ago, Fedora was thinking of using Flatpak for LibreOffice. Back then, although Flatpaks are faster than snaps, I didn't like that idea, because one of the problems with the Flatpaks is that they're sandboxed, so it's a pain to sometimes I like to, you can drag and drop, it will work fine, but sometimes I like to go open with, or I can just, on the command line, I just type it and it automatically opens. I like that. For example, I had problems with Blender when I was using the Blender Flatpak version. My goodness, because you guys see I run a lot of stuff on the command line. It's such a pain to do when it's a Flatpak, and also it's just a pain. So for applications which I use frequently, I prefer if they were from the repository. It just makes my life easier. Alright, so what else can I show you guys? So it's pretty sparse, I said. It's just the default. There's nothing really special about GNOME here. See, Comes with Firefox. It comes. Oh yeah, let me show you the calendar. I used to use this in the past. One of the things that always ticked me off is, for example, let's say tomorrow. You see, I can't right click in here. You have to double click. Okay, and if you make an event, here's a problem. So let's say live stream Blender tutorial. I'm using my that's horrible spelling. Tutorial. I need to change this keyboard. So, and then you pick the kind, obviously, because if it was Nextcloud, it probably is Nextcloud, so I better be careful here, don't do anything too stupid. I'm not going to click on that. And then here, you can put the location and everything. So one of the things I dislike is everything is fine, the start day, and I believe that then you have to pick the time, no problem there. The problem I have is the reminders. So the reminders they used to be very sparse. Let me see if they fix that issue. Yeah, so you see here's the problem. They haven't fixed this issue. So you see for the reminders, you can only do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, and blah blah blah. So the problem is I had a weird thing where I wanted to put 45 minutes and I wanted to put 20 hours, okay? So the problem is, you can see here, I can't specify that. So what I used to do is I would pick something like, say, 1 hour, then I would go into Nextcloud, and then I would change it there. And I'm thinking, what's the point of having a calendar if I can't set it here? So I don't know why I think they added this one. I've never seen this one before, event start. So if I put it at 12, it's going to be the event start. But I wish they gave us more options here instead of this. This is fine. Nothing wrong with this. So you might say, Edward, you pick one. Okay, so let's say I pick one. Let's say I pick 5 minutes, but I want it to be 7 minutes. You see this? I can't edit this. You see, you can't edit it. It's like hard coded. That's one of the problems I said I dislike. I wish they gave us the option to specify that. Then I would start using this calendar again. Otherwise, it does everything I want. I don't need stuff like pictures and all that. I mean, I guess my stuff is just text, so I'm okay with that. But I said, yeah, the reminder thing that needs a definite improvement. So this is the calendar. Obviously, you can do events, and they also have. Oh, I don't think I can show you the contacts. They do have no contacts. I don't think I can show you that because they might have some information there. So I better not, better not show. I'm not going to show you that, but that works well. There's an application which I used to use. It's called GNOME Calls. Oops, wrong one. I wonder if it's still there. Let me see. Calls is there. Yeah, GNOME Calls. This application. This is a voice over internet. It's meant to be on a phone, but man, this one is probably the best. It's probably the best voice over internet I've ever used on Linux. It's very low documentation, but man, it works really well. Call quality up really, really nice. The one that I then discovered was, I think it's called BearSip. That one works fantastically on Android. I think the desktop, especially Linux desktop one, it's kind of been abandoned. That is a close second. And the third one is actually a KDE application. I used to use that a lot. I used to talk about it. I forget the name of that one, but yeah, that one hasn't been updated now in like several years. That one is also pretty good. And obviously you can try others like Viper, G-Connect, etc. But I said calls for GNOME. It's really, really, really good. That one I always have it for if you have voice over internet. All right, and then obviously we talked about calendar. This is files. This is the file manager. So what they did here is I like so as you can see, home, recent, or etc. So you can jump here. I might have some stuff. Hopefully they deleted them. Yeah, I was right. So you see when I installed Rustdesk there, and documents. Is there anything here? Nope. There's stuff in my pictures. Okay, I must have done something there. Can I click it? Nope. Is it pictures again? Cam? Okay, no, okay. Must have deleted it. I'm just careful because yeah. Oh, I took some videos. Where? I took some, oh yeah. I did take some stuff here because I think I took some pictures and videos, show how it looks like on the other device. And obviously music is really dated, but okay. So that's a file manager. Obviously you have the trash, you can, and then network. I haven't used this in a very long time. I wasn't even sure. I actually, my eyes, when I look at it, I completely ignore. I didn't even know they had a network thing here, because I haven't used that stuff in a while. It does work if you have, for example, like obviously network drives, like say Dropbox, Nextcloud. That's when I pay attention to it. But no, most time my eyes just, you just type in the address down here and click connect. Or if you have, if you're using the what was that, online account, it automatically show up here as well if you have the plugins as well. So that it's okay. It has a redo and undo. Anything else? Oops, we'll click this guy here. What is this one? This is the software. We'll take a look at that in a second. The GNOME editor, the calculator. Do you guys want? So then you can show apps here. As I said, it's very sparse with the apps. I already showed you guys this. Yeah, very few things. There we go. So pretty. Let me show you the software. So here you can search for software, or you can browse. You can browse for them as well. Yeah, so that's it. So, oh, I forgot one more thing. Let me finish this up quickly. I will show you the GNOME text editor. You guys see this? I use this all the time. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have shown you that. No, it doesn't matter. That was for us desk, so it's not a big deal. All right, so let's go to what do I want to show you guys before we finish up here. Oh yeah, let's go back to settings. So here, obviously you can also go to settings here. This is log out and all that. I'll show you how that works. You see when we go to, I think I already showed you these guys earlier about. You see this has changed. Now it says Fedora Linux 43. Obviously it's a workstation edition. That means it's GNOME desktop, and I have the Dell Latitude E7470. It's a touch screen. Then what else do we have here? It's the Intel iCore i5-6300U. That's 4 cores, no threads, just 4 cores. 16 gigs of DDR3, I believe it is. I can't remember if it's DDR3 or DDR4. And then we have the NVMe drive. It says 256. Is that what it was? I thought it was 512. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so you can see it's running Wayland, GNOME 49, 64-bit. And oh, if you guys remember in the earlier tutorial, I was able to install all the firmware. You see the firmware has been updated as well. So Linux has something called I think FW up or something like that, meaning that firmware updates. There we go, nice name. So and you see this, it uses integrated graphics, the Intel HD 520. Yeah, so that's it. It's updated smoothly, no issues at all. All right, so I want to go test. There's so much stuff I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, so let's switch it off. Obviously, you can log out. What is this? A screenshot, I think it is. Yeah, okay, this is the screenshot application. I do like what they did this. So when you click the print screen, you can pick a selection, obviously a screen, window, and you can also do a recording as well. This is really good. And then you can see here, I'm obviously connected to Wi-Fi. You can change the power, dark mode, do not disturb, and the volume is set to high. It's a laptop, the speakers are not the best. I can lock the screen. You guys already saw that. So you lock screen, you unlock it, and then you can also so for example, if I lock the screen, you see it locks the screen, so you just have to log back in, and there we go. So lock screen doesn't shut down. Okay, so let's finish this up quickly. So as I said before, I'm going to put the video underneath the. I'm gonna once I finish, I'm gonna add this video underneath for this article. So this article is going to be the first one, which is going to have 2 videos. And going forward, when I do night streams that are related, I'll add it there. That cuts back on writing new articles. I just append it at the bottom there. All right. So some additional resources are programming books. If you're interested in improving your programming skills, check out my collection of programming books on Amazon. The link is also in the description, and I also have online programming courses at ojamboshop.com. They are designed to help you level up your coding skills. If you need coupons, let me know. I can. I haven't provided any coupons this year, but if you guys need them, I can easily create them for you. I also offer one-on-one programming tutorials. They're tailored to your specific challenges and projects. You can contact me for that one at ojambo.com/contact. The link is also in the description. And of course, if you need consultation and remote desktop assistance, if you need help installing something like Remmina or other remote desktop clients, if you require consulting for any related tech tasks, for example, like AI, programming, even just tutorials, you can contact me at ojamboservices.com/contact. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. It helps the channel grow. As I said before, a lot of my more recent tutorials are based on viewer requests. So I do listen, and I will incorporate them, especially the beginner stuff. Okay, and what else? I do have other resources as well. The way you can help out the channel is, for example, I said that before, I live in a rural area and I rely on SpaceX Starlink for my internet access. As you can see right now, I'm actually live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey, and obviously YouTube. And you see it's perfectly working fine. And you guys saw in the earlier live stream where I downloaded 2 gigs. No, it wasn't 2 gigs. It was about 1 gig for the updates and then 2 gigs for the system upgrade, right? And it worked perfectly fine. So that allows me in the area here where there's no internet, the cellular service sporadic, to use to have high-speed internet. And then I also use Wi-Fi calling, so I'm able to receive phone calls and send, obviously, call people, and also text messages and multimedia messages. That's picture messaging for some of you old school people. All with the SpaceX Starlink residential service. So if you're thinking of getting it, you can use my referral link right there, and I'll get 1 month free, and you'll get a discount. For example, right now in Canada, if you use my referral link, you will get the free equipment. If the equipment was very expensive in the past, like for me, I got a massive discount. I paid $350 for it 2 years ago, but people just before me were paying over $1,000. So there you go. So that's a massive discount for you if you're thinking of getting it. Use my referral link. And then I also have this is an affiliate link. What that means is that I get a commission if you purchase this. So this is the Honeywell HeatBud Personal Ceramic Heater. It's available on Amazon. It has 2 switches, high, low, and obviously off button. So low uses 170 watts, the high uses 250 watts. It also has a little trip protection. It means if it tips over, it will turn off. So the good thing about this little guy, this guy helped me save over $100 a month in propane costs, because I live in a rural area. The house is heated by propane. I use propane only for heating the furnace, of course. So what I did in the middle of last winter, in February, I turned down the heating to 16 degrees because I realized I spend majority of my time in this very room, especially this little area here. So this little guy, I switch it on when I need it, about 2-3 times an hour. I put it on for about 2-3 minutes on low, and I feel a little heat, and I'm perfectly fine. And then so remember, this doesn't heat up the entire room. Its job is simply just your personal space. And I said my personal space is literally just here. That's why I don't need to heat up like bedrooms and other rooms where I'm not even I'm not there. That's just crazy. So I was able to save For example, the first year I moved here, I was paying $350 a month in propane costs, which is propane, and that season was actually pretty mild. Last season was very harsh, and I still saved $100. So I was paying, the highest I paid was $250. So this year, my plan is to pay $150 or less. It's not going to be less than $150 because of the carbon tax, but definitely I want to be paying much less as well. So this season started a little bit early. All of last month, even though the temperature drops, I never switched on the heater. So I was just using this guy here because the house stayed around 13 to 16 degrees. So 13 was cold, yes. But this guy helped me write it here. And now, for example, today, let's talk about today. It snowed. No, not just a little bit of snow. There was a lot of snow. I was almost snowed in. Like when I had to actually, when I went out today, I had to actually use a shovel just on the deck before I could actually go, look after the chickens. And the chicken water was actually frozen, which blew my mind. There was snow inside, and I had to do an input, some installation for the chickens, and things were just blowing apart. I kind of regret, because yesterday I was thinking, should I do it now? I was like, no, I'll do it later during the week. Man, do I regret it? It was a pain. I got snow. It was probably around what is that? Half a foot of snow. So about 6 inches of snow. Yeah, that was just crazy. But it was blowing around. That's one of the worst things, because it's flat, so it blows around. So it feels, because my place, it depress, no, what do you call it? It inclines going downward. So what happens is snow comes down there, and it feels, obviously it will pile up a little bit, so it feels like it's way more. But it was definitely, we had a lot of snow. All right. Finally, I'm going to shrill my novelette, The Algorithmic Serpent. As you can see here, it's by me, Eduardo Jambo, and it's about a scientist who creates an AI system, loses his mind, and he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system he created. This is the back here. This is the paperback version. As you can see, the pages in there. There's also an ebook version. The ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. Both made them as affordable as possible. The cost is mostly for example, like the ebook. The ebook version is for storage. This one is for printing and shipping. So pick them up and let me know what you think. Go to bed. I'm a big boy, I can handle it, and I want to improve my writing skills, not just for programming. So to summarize very quickly, I have the Starlink residential service referral link. I have the Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater, that's an affiliate link, and I have the Algorithmic Serpent book, including ebook, on Amazon. Pick them up. The links are all in the description, or you can simply just go to Amazon and search for Eduardo Ojambo. Bye. Good night. See you tomorrow. Let's finish up here. So I'll show you how to get rid of this. You simply go to here, and we can then click on this, and you give me options. See, I can suspend, I can restart, and I can power off. So I'm gonna hit power off, and you see it's gonna give me this. If I really want to power off, yes I do. So I click power off. Authentication required. I didn't realize that. Okay, authenticate, and boom, it's shutting down. I can't show you guys. Oh, it's done. Okay, guys. Bye bye.